Okay, the next book I want to talk about is called Daring Greatly. My sister's mom and boyfriend all read this book before I got around to it this summer. But I finally read it, and I'm so glad I did. The author, Brené Brown, is a researcher and writer with kind of a cult following. And now I totally see why. The title, Daring Greatly, comes from a speech by Theodore Roosevelt, where he says, abbreviated, "If he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly." Now that's something I can get behind. Amazon describes Daring Greatly as a transformative new vision for the way we lead, love, work, parent, and educate that teaches us the power of vulnerability. So yeah, a good bit of the book is about parenting. And even though I don't have kids, it still really resonated with me. And I can't wait to reread it when I do have kids one day. Whoever you are, though, there are so many invaluable lessons in this book. Brené shares awesome stories and anecdotes from people that she's interviewed in her work as a shame researcher. But she doesn't just talk about other people and their struggles with vulnerability. She also talks a lot about her family, and that's one of my favorite aspects of the book, especially when she shares stories about her daughter Ellen, who seems to be wise beyond her years. Maybe I was just in an especially emotional mood when I was reading this, but I honestly got choked up a few times at some of the stories. One of my favorite parts throughout the book are the manifestos that Brené includes in some of the chapters, like the Daring Greatly Leadership Manifesto. They're short, powerful, moving, and they're also downloadable on her website, which I love. One of the parts of the book that really resonated with me as a millennial was at the very beginning. She talks about narcissism through the lens of vulnerability. She calls it the shame-based fear of being ordinary. Isn't that what we're all afraid of, being ordinary? She says we have this fear, I'm only as good as the number of likes I get. And that's so true, especially for people my age. We're consumed by our presence on social media and how we portray ourselves to others. There are so many insightful nuggets of wisdom in this book, and I love that it's all backed by scientific research. On the back of the book, one of the reviews says, if you're a student, teacher, parent, employer, employee, or just alive and wanting to live more fully, you should read this book. I couldn't agree more. If you want to live a more full and fulfilled life, you've got to check out Daring Greatly by Brené Brown.